What's going on YouTube? Slazer here. We already have information on how the Phrolova kit works, and I already made a video on her. You can go check that video out if you are curious about how she works. But I will be giving you a TLDR on this one as well. But especially on this one, we'll be taking a look at the banners of the upcoming version 2.5 and see which one you should go for, and give you a bit of tips and yeah, general advice on who should you go for in what situations and all that stuff, and for weapons as well. So yeah, let's get right on into it. Before we start, let's give you a bit of a rundown on how Phrolova works. So to simply explain, she does two kinds of damage, which is resonance skill damage and echo skill damage. Both of them are her main thing, and she does not do any other kinds of damage. Those are the only two. So basically that's pretty much it really. So yeah, with your ultimate, charge your ultimate through your one of the your enhanced heavy attack from your forte gauge. That's like in our playstyle. You can see that in my different video, but I'm not gonna go too detail. I'll just give you a general idea. So after you cast the ultimate, you can switch off from her and go to another character such as either Rosia or Cantarella. And if you use your abilities on other characters such as echo skills, those are the only things that counts. The normal echo skills that's available for every resonator. Cantarella will, sorry, not Cantarella. Phrolova will have Hakati on the field, right? You already know that probably by now. So that Hakati will do an enhanced extra coordinated attack if you use echo skills on the enemy while the ultimate is active. And it gets activated the more times you trigger echo skill damage. It has a cap of 10 times per ultimate. So you would want to maximize that amount of how many coordinated attack you can get. So characters like Cantarella will be the best in slot for her, and there will be no other option for you right now. For Phrolova, Cantarella is a must-have, and Rosia is replaceable with the dungeon and stuff. So we'll talk about the teams in a different video and stuff. But for now, Cantarella is looking to be a must pull if you are going for Phrolova, and that we will not have any other options. So just bear that in mind. It's just like if you have Lupa, pulling for Brant is like a obvious choice, and you can't really skip the character. That's how it's pretty much works really. So yeah, it's not like characters like for Cartethyia, you can like not have ciaccona and play Arrow Rover, or yeah, the kind of that kind of team will be kind of fine. It's like not a big deal. It still works, but it's like for Zani, you cannot play Zani without Spectrofrazzle, and from Phrolova, you can play Phrolova without all these characters, but the more echo skills you have, the more damage you do basically. So that's how it is. It's not very restrictive in a sense, but just the characters that have more echo skills, those will be the ones that will be best with. So Cantarella has like three of her like skills, different like abilities are considered as echo skill damage. So yeah, that will trigger a lot of Phrolova's attack. So that's pretty much it. And so how strong will Phrolova be? Pretty much she will not be a main DPS, of course. It will be an off-field DPS kind of, and a partial main DPS. The team will pretty much be like the mono fusion team with Changli, Brant and Lupa. It will be kind of like the same with Phrolova, Cantarella and Rosia. However, it's not like you can't replace them. I think for Phrolova, Cantarella is not replaceable yet. Maybe some future characters can change that. But Rosia is pretty replaceable with, for example, Tanjin works great instead of Rosia if you don't have Rosia. And Rosia is not all that valuable other than in Whimpering Waste, right? So yeah, that's like the only downside for Rosia. It is only good in Whimpering Waste and not that crazy outside of that. The grouping is the only thing you would about, and the dungeon also does pretty good damage, has a good outro effect for the team. So yeah, that's about it. So overall, if you're going for Phrolova on these banners, I definitely recommend you either already have a Cantarella or you like pull for her on this one. Otherwise it's kind of cooked. I do not recommend pulling for Phrolova. I would like if you don't have Cantarella. So yeah, so that is where it's kind of restrictive in a way. So let's move on to the next characters, which is Rosia. How good is Rosia? For Rosia, if we take a look at her here, the character wise, so Rosia has pretty much only two teams because the concerto effect is like only havoc damage bonus and basic attack damage bonus. So this only works best with Camellia. And Camellia is pretty good in pairing questions up, and Rosia is also pretty good for grouping the enemies. Besides that, it's there isn't really many teams that you want to use Rosia in, and yeah, that's kind of pretty. Other than that, it's like you can use Rosia for a support for like with the control and dungeon DPS. That kind of works, but it's kind of underwhelming to be honest. So yeah, Rosia is a character that does not found a lot of value right now. Maybe some future, more future characters can change that. But for now, she is only kind of dedicated support for Camellia, and on these teams, she will work great. But it's not the best here. It's we have replacements. Yeah, that's about it for Rosia. If you don't have Rosia and you want to go for Phrolova, I definitely recommend Cantarella first before Rosia. Cantarella is more valuable for Phrolova than Rosia. Rosia is replaceable, where Cantarella is not. So that's pretty much it. So let's talk about Cantarella now. If you don't already have Cantarella, she is not a good character right now. Based on the teams we use on the best ones. So like only use you for Cantarella are the teams where you would use the coordinated attack and you benefit from it. So teams like Jinxie, those are the ones that works best with Jinxie, and you can also play Cantarella with Camellia. You can play the team of Camellia, Cantarella, and Shorekeeper. That works great. You go from Shorekeeper into Cantarella into like Camellia, and that works pretty much very good. For now, those are the only two teams I'd recommend. Outside of that, she's not very good. She is kind of underwhelming. So with Phrolova, that will change because she will bring the best potential outcome for her. So the echo skills that she has on her, like three different skills basically, three different abilities in her kit, those will bring out the most of Frolova's damage, and that will be a great team basically. So yeah, I'd only recommend Cantarella if you are going for Phrolova. Otherwise, she's kind of underwhelming, and I would not recommend going for her. So that's pretty much it. Very simple. With Phrolova, full for her. Don't know Phrolova, don't full for her. You have other better choices, other options as well. So let's talk about Brant now. So for Brant is kind of a tricky one. I'd say for if you have Lupa on the team, Lupa on your account, Brant is pretty much a near must pull. So when I say must pull, actually no character is a must pull. You can clear the game with any character pretty much. All of them works basically. Does not have major power creep yet. Most of the 5-star characters are really good, other than someone like Yinlin who kind of has fallen off pretty much, and yeah, that's kind of sad. But yeah, hopefully get some other electro characters in the future who can bring out more from or stuff. And yeah, so for Brand, getting back to the topic, for Brand, I'd say only pull for Brand if you have like if you want to play the mono fusion team and stuff. Other than that, there isn't really much stuff. I'd say Sorekeeper is a much better pull than Brand if you are looking for a sustain. Storekeeper has better buffs and all that stuff. So yeah, Brant also has a shield which is like kind of good. The shield is kind of valuable, and Brant is also pretty good, really good at Wuthering West because he's a big anchor from the Fortec and one shot a lot of the waves. That's kind of good. The outro is for like fusion damage and resonance skill damage. So you can see this can work on Jin's kind of because resonance skill damage, but whatever you lose half of the thing. And yeah, so is kind of built for this team, which is like Changli, Lupa, and Brand. That's like works in a great flow, and yeah, it's pretty good. Yeah, for Brand, he's quite all right, I'd say, for skill damage resonators and for fusion team subscribers. So that's pretty much it. Is not really a must pull, but if you have the right character, say he can be a really good pull value for your account. So depending on that, based on what characters you have, you should look into these banners like based on which characters you have. So yeah, so as I already explained, for all these characters, look what you have and then decide. For Phrolova, if you want to pull Phrolova, remember you have to pull Cantarella because Cantarella is kind of tied with her right now. In terms of Rosia only works in two different teams with like Phrolova and Cantarella, and with Camellia, not very much value outside of that. And even then, Rosia is a bit replaceable. So Sanhua with like a no DPS Sanhua with a overture like a concerto like a weapon can be really good in Camellia teams with low time rotations and stuff, like real quick rotations. That's pretty good. That can be very easy replacement, and even in this team with Phrolova and Cantarella, you can easily replace Rosia with Dungeon. I'll be making a team video and building Dungeon video later, so make sure to stay tuned for that. Make sure to subscribe if you don't want to miss it. So that's pretty much it for Rosia as well as for Cantarella. I'd only recommend Cantarella for Phrolova, and for as for Brant. Brant is a bit more universal than these two. He can work in various different sustain up to, at the end of the day. So that's pretty good. Yeah, so let's talk about their weapons right now as well. So the Phrolova weapon, I was hoping a little bit earlier on the fact that we might be able to use the String Master on Phrolova just like on any other rectifier character for damage, but it's kind of cooked. If you look here, we have the formation here. So this one gives us like a 24% crit rate, where the String Master gives us 36% crit rate. Why it's not that crazy? Because if you look here, there is a new set coming out, right? Just find the set here. It's here. Okay, so this set only will work on Phrolova pretty much, because she is the first character who will have no resonance energy and will get the ultimate through other type basically. She will be the only character to use this set. It will give you just 20% free crit rate permanently. Permanent 20% crit rate, and with that you might have a easier time building her. So make sure you don't overcap with this, and another crit rate here. So if you get even more crit rate for the String Master and you have a lot of like substats as well, you might be getting close to overcapping. That might be bad. So uh, in that sense, this low crit rate might be more valuable with a better passive than the String Master. The String Master passive actually works on Phrolova great because she does skill damage, and its passive is like a 12% attack, and when dealing resonance skill damage, increase attack by extra 24%, and when the equiper is not on the field, it's another 12%. So that's like 36% and 48%. So it's total 36% attack and 12% damage bonus. That's kind of good. 36% attack is actually good, but it's not better than the signature. Like the signature is actually really good. If you see here, the signature will give you 12% attack percent, and it will give you 32% resonance skill as well as echo skill damage bonus. On top of that, it will also ignore 8% defense. That's kind of big. It's a lot of stats and lots of damage. So the echo damage amplification is really good, because a lot of her damage, I think most of her damage is echo skill damage, and and the rest of her damage is resonance skill damage. So like it's like way too good for her, man. And I do recommend going for this weapon since she is a damage dealer. I will recommend going for signature for DPSs, by the way. Otherwise, like for other different characters, for example, like the other characters, any three of them, I would not recommend going for any of their signature weapons at all. But I'll definitely talk about them right now in a bit. So yeah, this signature looks a bit really like a bit overpowered in my opinion. It seems really good, but so is all the other signatures. They are tailor made for their main characters. For example, the this one spectrophrasal, I think it's the I'm forgetting the name. Phoebe, yeah, Phoebe's signature is also pretty good for amplifying the damage. If you have spectrophrasal on the enemy, it's pretty good. Yeah, and hopefully hope String Master would work great, but it does work great. Only the would be this is like a lot better. Do keep in mind, if you can't go for it, you do have String Master, it's kind of will work. There will be just a little damage difference, might be a bit too much too, but at the end of the day, you will be able to clear the content with String Master as well. Don't sweat it too much if you are low on pulse and saving for other different characters, for example like Augusta and Chisa and and all these other future characters. So yeah, don't feel too much pressured right now, right? Back to that page here, rectifier. Yeah, so I'd say this is pretty good. I do recommend going for this one because she's a DPS, and that's about you can go for it. It's valuable. So for the other resonator signature weapons, if we talk about, well, let's get right on. So tragic comedy is like an all right weapon, not crazy, not bad. Gauntlet, I think, yeah, tragic comedy, they're not that good actually. Increase attack by 12% each time basic attack or intro skill is cast. Heavy attack damage is increased by 48%. It's for our own damage, nothing crazy. You have a lot of other choices. It's like, and also she is not really a main damage dealer. She is there for basic attack damage amplification and havoc damage bonus. A little fast rotation and a tiny bit of damage, pretty much. I do not recommend really going for this one. It's like is I generally don't recommend going for signatures for supports. Really, I do not find that very valuable for the teams. You would be much better spending a lot of like investing on your main DPSs. Yeah, that's not really what I would recommend. You can go for it. It's like of course best in slot, but I'd say you have risk. And same goes for the whispers of sirens. It's like a rectifier right now. This one is like a, it will give you more damage, like 40% basic attack damage bonus, 12% havoc resistance, and yeah, so it's good for the DPS increase on Cantarella herself. But see herself, how much damage can she really do, right? That's how where I stand. I'd use the cosmic ripples over that any day of the week. So it's like the standard weapon. It's pretty good and it's not that far behind from this. So yeah, that's pretty much my opinion. You can go for it if you want. I do not recommend it. As well as the Brant signature. This is like one of the more controversial ones in terms of signature weapons, because if you didn't know already, Brant's echo set. Let's go to right now. The echo set Brant uses is this one, right? It requires you to have 250% energy recharge, and on top of that, so get back here. Code. Okay, so here on top of that, on top of the 250, and Brant himself has a passive that requires you to have 280%, and then the buff will and the damage will like cap out. 280% energy recharge is like very hard. I don't think it's even possible without this signature. But it's actually not the end of the day, because you can pretty much gain 250% without this weapon easily, and 250% all you need for the set effect, and the 280% that you need for Brant's kit, it's like you don't need that much. Works at 250 perfectly. You don't need 80 at all. So consider not going for it. Actually, I'd say if you use something else like the standard one and stuff, they all work great, man. It's like not really that crazy. At the end of the day, you don't need 280, so don't sweat it that much. It's like a misconception that some people have. So yeah, that's just it. So with that, we are done with the weapons and characters. Let me know. We're gonna be pulling for. I will have a bunch of video coming out about Phrolova, and I already have the kit breakdown out, as well as I'll be making sure to give you information on the builds, teams, and all that stuff as well. So stay, like, look out for that and subscribe for that if you want. And hopefully you found this like advice and like banner review helpful. As well as you can also take a look at another thing. The stars, I think, as find the stars here. Give me a second. I think here somewhere I can find it quickly. Here, oh, you got it. I got it. Okay, let's go. 1080 actually. The loading can be faster. Here's are the 4 stars. This one, all of them are kind of bad. I do not recommend building any of them. I think all 3 of them are really bad actually. Yeah, let's move on from this. Same banner. Weapon banner is like yeah, this one is also not that crazy, to be honest. Not very good weapons. I only value the weapons that are conservative energy. I think the second one has some good. Okay, this banner, this 4-star banner is actually really good. This 4-star banner, you have Danjin, you have Yang Yang, and you have Motefi. Motefi is very good for Jian teams, of course, and Danjin is very good in general as a DPS alone with more like copies. So yeah, the more you have, the better. At S0, she might feel a bit bad, but at S6 is a beast, pretty much sequence user, just like the 5 stars. Yang Yang is also alright, works great in Wuthering waste and stuff. Not too crazy, but she's good. And Motefi is only character for like Jian and stuff, not really in any other team, I'd say. So yeah, this 4-star lineup is actually pretty good. That's, I remember this suddenly and I wanted to talk about it. So yeah, this second half 4-star is pretty good for like Brant and Cantarella if you want both of them. Pretty good actually. And the second weapon banner is also really good actually. So If you see here, these two weapons, not the pistol, the rectifier and the sword, they both are actually broken. So let's talk about them right now. Here, let's go to weapons. Okay, we were on the weapon. Let's go to sword, and the weapon that I was talking about that you use on like your Tanhua. So this one, when resonance skill is released, release concerto energy by 8. This effect can be triggered one time every 20 seconds. You can like refine it, of course. So it's like not 8, it's actually 16. It can double. So this one is actually best in slot for Sanhua for like a fast rotation build. It's really good, as well as the other weapon, which is like the variation rectifier. Sorry, where is it? Find it real quick. Variation is a rectifier. Yeah, it is a rectifier, of course. So find it. It's like, yeah, this one. This one is best in slot for both of your Sorekeeper and your Verina. I am like struggling to have variation right now. I have only one copy in my account for R5, and I need another one for my second healer. So yeah, I will like drop 1 or 2 10 pulls. Hopefully get a variation copy for my second healer basically. Yeah, that's pretty much all I need. And yeah, so this second half weapon ban is kind of valuable if you're going for any of the weapons. Just keep that in mind if you're going for them. But the weapon balance at itself is not actually that crazy, because as I said, I do not recommend going for these weapons. I might not even actually go for this. Yeah, I don't really want the 5 stars. Might be a bit dangerous, but we'll see how it all turns out. So I think that's it for the banners. So yeah, let me know what you think about these banners and who you are going for, who are you going to pull for. By the way, if you like any of them and I said they are not recommended and stuff, like for example Rosia and stuff, so yeah, don't listen to that if you like the character itself. But if you're looking for some objective reasons, that's what I'd say. And make sure to subscribe for future content like this, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye YouTube.